Hi, let's look at Synthetix, ticker symbol SNX, currently at $15.62, currently pumping quite hard, 16% up in the last 24 hours, bringing Synthetix to market rank 71, so we're looking at a market cap of almost 2 billion. Now, Synthetix is a decentralized app built on top of Ethereum, used for trading synthetic assets, so representations of underlying assets that mirror the price movements, but that are not really backed by the underlying asset. So there's some kind of model of burning and creating Synthetix that ensures via arbitrage trading that the synthetic asset mirrors the price. So here we've got synthetic Bitcoin, synthetic Ethereum, synthetic BNB, etc. So you can use this decentralized app to follow the price movements of those assets without actually buying them. And why would you do this? The main reason is to bet on things that you usually can't really bet on. So for example, what we've got over here is iBTC, so the inverse of BTC, basically something like shorting BTC, betting on falling prices. And the same you've got for Ethereum, for BNB, etc. So you can use this decentralized app to bet on falling prices. You can also use it to bet on currencies, for example. If you want to bet on the Japanese yen, on the Swiss franc, you can also use it for equities. So that's very interesting, right? Betting on Apple or betting on Amazon without actually having to buy it. So a decentralized way to bet on stocks via crypto without actually owning the stock. And then we've got the same here for commodities. So you can bet on gold or silver or oil. And that's the whole idea. Now, we will not go too much into the fundamentals here on this channel. I just want to, in general, introduce the project to you. We will actually mainly look at data. So we will look at the US dollar chart of the SNX token. We will also look at SNX valued in Bitcoin. So how does SNX perform relatively to Bitcoin? Here we've got the relative performance to Ethereum. So the SNX price divided by the Ethereum price. Because what you want to do is when you invest into an altcoin that is at market rank 71, you want to get outperformance versus the top cryptocurrencies, right? Versus the less risky Bitcoin, the less risky Ethereum. You need to get outperformance if you go that low with the market rank. So in other words, that high with the risk. High risk should result in high performance. And so we look at the relative performance to Ethereum. But before we dive into the price charts, I wanted to get a general idea how much the platform is currently used. And so here you've got the Google Trend search volume of Synthetix. And it's very interesting. We had the spike around the beginning of the year. And since then we are falling. So it looks like the platform is actually dying. It doesn't look like things are going particularly well, fundamentally speaking. And one reason for that could be that a lot of the attractiveness for this decentralized app is to bet on things that are not very common, right? You can bet on the real Bitcoin or the real Ethereum just using Uniswap. But if you look at the inverse bets, all of those assets, they have been frozen. So you can't actually, right now at least, short XRP using Synthetix. There's still Forex, but the fees for Forex are pretty high, right? Forex in general doesn't really move that much. And if you trade Forex directly, the spread between bid and ask is way smaller than 0.3%. So this is a very expensive way to trade Forex. If you look at equity, all of the equity offerings, all of those synthetic equity tokens, they have been paused. Might be due to regulation, might be due to technical issues, I don't know. And so the only thing that's really left is gold, silver, and oil. Now the question here really is, are you going to trade synthetic gold, silver, and oil on a platform that seems to be not growing that much? That's a big question mark, right? But there are a lot of funny things happening in crypto. There are opportunities where just simply momentum is driving the price. And we can see this obviously here with Synthetix as well, right? This is the US dollar chart. And so if we look at the price since beginning of the year where we had most search volume, the SNX token actually went up by a 12x. And so I'm not sure if this is fundamentally driven. I've got my doubts. There's probably simply a lot of technical traders out here that try to anticipate where the market is going, and this uptrend over here on the US dollar chart, it looks quite well defined. It doesn't look too bad, right? And that's probably the reason why we see this recent increase over here. It looks like we are low on this chart and there might be a potential to maybe rise by, say, something like 250% or so. So my impression is this is completely driven by speculation. I might be wrong though. This little research I've just done, that's really everything that I've looked at for Synthetix. So if there are fundamental reasons why the price is going up since beginning of the year, which are beyond just simply the general crypto market appreciating, then please let us know in the comments, because that would be really interesting. A quick Google News search didn't find much. The stats don't look that promising, but maybe there's something going on. Maybe those paused assets, they will be re-enabled. Maybe that's what's driving this, but so far this is the knowledge I have, fundamentally speaking. Now let's look at the performance relative to Bitcoin. We can see since March of 2018, SNX outperformed by 460%. Since beginning of the year, we can see a slight outperformance versus Bitcoin, 12.9%, and versus Ethereum we probably see an underperformance. Yes, since the beginning of the year, SNX is underperforming by 62% roughly. Now the question here really is, how well can this pump over here last? Because I've seen quite interesting things. Here, look at Revain for example. Revain went up 3x in like the last month or so, and I still see this as nothing but pure speculation. Revain, by the way, is at market rank 67, and the fundamentals for Revain look similarly strange. The reviews on this website seem to be pretty fake. If you dive deeper into this, there seems to be no real action going on here. And so, in my humble opinion, Revain was also simply driven by momentum, by pure speculation, by hype. You can watch the dedicated video on Revain on this channel as well. And so I'm having a hard time to guesstimate how long this will last, because it doesn't seem to be news driven. It seems to be pure technicals. And what's also interesting is that this pump didn't happen with a lot of volume increase, because that would be even more dangerous. If you would see a huge volume increase over here, a lot of trading volume, then that would mean that there's a lot of attention on the token. And so then the attention goes from coin to coin, and then once it moves to another coin, the price could bleed. If we look at other assets, for example, Dogecoin, we can see this very clearly. When attention is very high, trading volume is high, the price spikes up. Once trading volume goes down, attention goes down, then the price tends to bleed as well. But interestingly enough, we don't have any such pattern here with SNX. The trading volume is pretty normal. The price is going up quite significantly, 50% here. This is the US dollar chart. Versus Ethereum, we are looking at 37%. And all of this happened without increased trading volume. So I would not be surprised actually if we see this further increasing. This is currently one of the top performing coins in the largest 100 cryptos. And so I can see how more eyeballs could get on this coin, how this rally might potentially continue. And that's also because general crypto sentiment currently is positive, right? This is Ethereum now with two moving averages, the 23 and the 39-day moving average, and we are currently above both of those moving averages. If you backtest moving averages for Ethereum, you find out those two work the best. And so due to the high correlation of Ethereum to the altcoins, it very much looks to me that we are again in an altcoin season, that we continue riding this wave. And so something as speculative as SNX, that doesn't have a lot of attention on it just yet, that has a comparatively low market cap, I would not be surprised to get this pushed higher. Now, am I personally doing this speculation? Probably not. I am simply very risk averse. I don't really like to make those kind of bets. The potential outperformance obviously is impressive, right? We could see another 40%, 60%. Who knows? Maybe we go to the relative valuations around the beginning of the year where we go up another 260% versus Ethereum. Everything is possible when trading volume is low, when momentum picks up. But I find these things a little bit too risky. But if you feel comfortable taking on risk, finding somebody who might buy this for a higher price, which I think is not unlikely, then by all means, make your bet, but size it accordingly, because obviously you don't want to hold this for the very long term. Over the long term, it seems to underperform Ethereum, even though you take on much more risk. The performance since beginning of the year is bad. And the reason why the beginning of the year matters so much is because that's when Bitcoin dominance fell, right? The altcoin rally, it started since beginning of the year. Bitcoin as a fraction of all of crypto went from over 70% to currently 41%. So this here Bitcoin going down in importance means that the altcoins went up in importance. And so the smaller the altcoin, the more it should perform during such a bull run. And SNX did not do that, right? It did not outperform Ethereum. Ethereum is bigger, Ethereum has less risk. SNX should outperform, and the reason why it did not outperform is probably because of less usage, which might be linked to all those synthetic assets being paused. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to join our community. We've got a Bitcoin strategy channel in Telegram. You can find us either by clicking the link in the video description or by searching for Bitcoin strategy channel within the Telegram app. There's actually two channels. One of them is the public chat. We are currently around 600 people over there. But we've also got an announcement channel, Bitcoin Strategy News. This is where you find my own opinion. This is also where you'll find video announcements. So feel free to join both of those. If you haven't yet subscribed, feel free to subscribe as well. I publish a video every single day. And since those videos are time sensitive, you might as well hit the notifications. An analysis that's 2 or 3 months old is probably not as valuable anymore. Thanks for liking the video. It will help the channel grow, and see you next time. Bye bye.